Alright, so this is my first video that I'm recording on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro, and I'm using the Rode Micro just with a little cable like this plugging directly into the Blackmagic because I just wanted to see what the internal audio is like recording directly into the camera. For the most part, I'm probably going to record externally and sync it in post, but hey, it has much better audio controls than my hybrid mirrorless camera does, so I figure why not try it out and see what I can get out of it. So yeah, this is the little shotgun mic that I have, so I might as well use it. Not ideal. It's better as like kind of a scratch audio on camera type of mic, but yeah, we'll see how it sounds. Most situations probably want to do a lavalier, but I don't like to see it in the shot. Maybe if it's down here like this, or if it's boomed up from the top, kind of like this, sneaking into the edge of the frame, that might be the way to go. Anyway, just using my aperture light with the lantern attachment so that I can get some of the windows in the background. You know, it's pretty bright, and I have this pretty close to me. I have a 0.6 ND. The first stop of ND is dropped in the camera. I do have a matte box on, but no filter in it right now, and the French flag is on to increase a little bit of contrast. Yeah, so we'll see how this sounds and how this looks. I'm using my TV actually as a external monitor. There's a lot of airplanes going over. This is just a test to see how well this setup will work for recording video. Hey guys, Scott Stevenson here, freelance filmmaker, back with another video, and today I just wanted to kind of go over my experience with the Blackmagic 6K Pro Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro, the one with the longest name ever. I just got this camera and I've been trying it out. I actually got a chance to use it on a couple of client shoots, and yeah, it performed really well. I was shooting 6K B-RAW, and I'm actually very impressed with the camera. I've gotten to use it for about almost a month now, and I'm familiarizing myself with it, creating presets, and just understanding all the capabilities of the camera, trying different things out, trying out different lenses, things like that. And yeah, I guess it's kind of my short-term review of the camera and what I think of it. I still haven't purchased a lens for the camera yet. I'm deciding on what the best lens for me for my shooting situations are. It might just be that I rent different lenses for different projects, or I just end up getting some kind of a zoom lens. I've been back and forth on which ones to get. I see a lot of people using the Sigma 18-35 1.8. That seems like a really solid wide angle zoom lens, pretty fast. The thing about that is you have to adapt some kind of a focus gear if you want to be able to use a follow focus or a wireless follow focus. So not sure if that's the right move for me. For more run and gun kind of stuff, it's nice to have that zoom, but I don't like how it pushes my matte box forward and backward. Currently shooting on a 24-70 2.8, the second version of that lens, the Canon zoom lens. And it's a nice lens, but the same idea is once my matte box is on there and the follow focus is on there, they kind of start to make contact with each other because the lens extends and moves forward and creates, you know, I don't know, it's just inconsistent how the gears line up, and I just don't like the stuff moving all around. So which has led me to kind of start exploring cinema lenses. I'm looking at a set right now from Mikey, not really sure how you say it. It looks like they have a cinema lens line that covers, they have a 16 millimeter, I believe. They have a 35 millimeter, they have a 50 millimeter, an 85 millimeter, and I think they're about to make a 105, or soon will make a 105. But yeah, it looks like they have a complete set. They have a deal online. If you buy 3, you get a free case, but that's like $3,000. I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that right now. I might rent them and check it out and see how well they perform with this Blackmagic camera and see if that's a good buy. If you guys have those lenses, please comment down below. Let me know what you think about them. Is it a good investment? Do you like them so far? You know, $3,000 is almost like what the Blackmagic camera costs itself, so it's kind of a big investment, and I'm trying to figure out which ones are the best to go with and which ones I should, I'll end up using down the road. You can get these lenses in either PL or EF mount, so I'm not sure if it's better to get a PL mount and try to adapt it, or just continue to use EF mounts. This is more common, but also I want these to be lenses that I have further on down in my career. And I just realized that I'm in a place in my career where I don't want to be using photography lenses for video work anymore. It's just so difficult to work with. If you're trying to like open up the aperture in the middle of a shot, and you're clicking through the aperture and you can see it in the footage, it's much easier to just have a declicked iris and just be able to turn and slowly darken it, slowly lighten it, and just very gradual, maybe not even notice it. And that's just really nice. It doesn't draw attention to the camera, just it's a little too dark, a little too light, and you can kind of fix it in the middle of a shot and people might not notice. And same thing with the focus, is very smooth, and there's no zooming. Primes, I'm really a big fan of primes, but you need to have a camera assistant, or a crew, a team with you to be able to change the lenses and someone to pull focus. But I think that's kind of like where I'm at in my career, is working with crews, and this Blackmagic is a cinema camera, so it's more, lends itself more to those type of productions where I'm actually using I'm on sticks, I'm doing something like this, like talking head kind of interview, and I want to have, I've taken the time to set up lighting, and I have a scene that's pretty well established. I use a light meter to get my settings all dialed in. I hit record, maybe somebody pulls focus to get me just right to where I need to be, or it can be in like this situation where I set it and just let it roll. I don't really use autofocus for these type of shoots anyway. So manual focus, if I'm moving around a lot, then I will have somebody follow focus. But for the most part, I think I can probably just set it and let it go. When I do shoot events and weddings and things like that, it's nice to have autofocus, but I have my mirrorless camera now, which I'm primarily only using for events and run and gun type of things. Any sort of like behind the scenes B-roll and things for my YouTube channel, that's gonna kind of be my B cam now. And it's actually great. Let me show you. If you guys are enjoying this video, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to see more of my videos. Also hit the notification bell to see when I post a new video. I actually have this Sony a6500 mirrorless camera, and it's fantastic for run and gun shooting. It has really fantastic autofocus, and I actually put a little I use Sigma lenses. I put a little Tilta focus ring on here, so I put a follow focus on there if I wanted to or needed to. But autofocus is so fantastic on these lenses and with this camera that I don't think that I'll need to do that for the most part. And I was building this thing out, like I said in my last video, and it does kind of look ridiculous, so it's really nice to have a smaller, more compact run and gun sort of camera, and then have this camera, Blackmagic camera, as more of my A cam, and then have these small mirrorless cameras just be small mirrorless cameras and not try to make them something that they're not. Yeah, so anyway, here's some of the footage that I took for one of my clients, shooting for a solar panel company here locally. I was able to shoot everything in 6K B-RAW, which made it fantastic for cropping and recomposing my shots, and I'm very impressed with how I was able to deal with some of the color. It's been phenomenal so far, and the files are not too difficult to work with at all. My computer's been handling them marvelously. I edit on a 2015 iMac with I think 16 gigs of RAM, and it's doing great. It chews right through it in DaVinci Resolve. I've been really becoming much more fluent and comfortable in DaVinci Resolve, and I'm just really enjoying it for all my post-production stuff, and it's just a really good workflow to just shoot on Blackmagic, edit in DaVinci, color in DaVinci, do sound, everything right in DaVinci. So far it's been a great experience with this camera. I did have some issues with editing when I first started. I don't know if it was my timeline was not set up correctly or something like that, but I was having some glitching issues. But when I exported, it didn't show up on my export, but it was in my timeline. There was some glitching, different colors, pink and lime green, like glitching, and like the screen would get stuck. but I think I just needed to restart my computer and let everything render, and it seemed like it was fine. But yeah, I'm not really sure what was causing it, but I think it's taken care of now. I haven't seen it on any of my newer projects, so maybe I've set up my projects more efficiently and don't seem to be having that issue. Anyway guys, that's all I have for you today. Once again, I'm Scott Stevenson. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out my past videos as well as subscribe to see my future ones. Hit it when the wolf cries, this is where the sheep dies. Revive most of the least live. Make them wanna chill back with a peace vibe. Cooking up a feast that'll please when I feed minds.